Hi everyone, my name is Karisma Kadewi. Today I'm excited to present my research on hotel overbooking crisis management. Let me start with a scenario. Imagine you have just completed an 11-hour international flight from Singapore. You arrive at your hotel at 11 p.m., completely exhausted, and you have a critical 8 a.m. presentation tomorrow morning. You walk up to the front desk with your confirmation number, and the agent says, "Welcome to our hotel, but unfortunately we don't actually have your room available tonight." This is not a hypothetical nightmare, this is hotel overbooking, and it happens approximately 96 times per year in a typical 50-room hotel. Today, I'm analyzing this ethical crisis based on peer-reviewed research by Natalie Haynes and David Egan, published in 2020 in the Journal of Revenue and Pricing Management. I will identify the core problem facing frontline staff and guests, and then I will propose 5 evidence-based solutions that reduce costs by 49% while actually improving guest satisfaction. Let's dive in. So let's talk number. The hotel industry has a fundamental problem. 20 to 40% of all reservations result in either cancellation or no show. That's massive uncertainty. Hotels respond by intentionally overbooking. They accept 3 to 7% more reservations than they actually have room. The logic is, if everyone show up, we'd be in trouble, but historically they don't. But here's the issue: when forecasting fails and everyone does show up, confirmed guests with failed reservation must be well. That means relocate to a different hotel, and is completely legal in most jurisdictions. The scale in a standard 50-room hotel, this happens about 96 times annually. That's 96 conversations where staff have to tell paying customer, "Sorry, your confirmed reservation does not guarantee you a room." Now, this is where Highness and Egan research becomes really important. They focus on frontline employees, the actual front desk agents who have to execute these overbooking policies. And what they found is fascinating and troubling. Staff describe overbooking as, and I'm quoting directly from the research here, a fundamental threat to the host-guest relationship. Think about that means these employees choose hospitality career because they value welcoming guests and making people feel cared for. But overbooking forces them to break promise to customers who did everything right, booked it advance, paid, got confirmation. The employee has to say, "We're not honoring that commitment." This creates severe moral conflict. Staff feel they're betraying hospitality value to serve a revenue management objective. That's the ethical crisis at the center of this practice. The third problem is that bank work doesn't impact all guests equally. Look at this segmentation. A business traveler arriving at midnight before an 8 a.m. presentation, bank work is catastrophic. They may miss their meeting, damage professional relationship, face extreme stress. A walk-in guest without any reservation arriving at 2 p.m. Minimal impact, they're already searching for available rooms anyway. But here's the issue: current overbooking practice do not differentiate between these situations. Hotels walk whoever arrives late, regardless of impact severity. This causes maximum harm to the most vulnerable guests: business travelers, families with children, loyalty program members who have given the hotel 30, 40, 90 and night per year. So the question becomes, how do we fix this? I'm proposing 5 integrated solutions, are grounded in service recovery theory and fairness theory from hospitality research. These 5 work together as system. Advanced warning system, tiered compensation, guest selection protocols, staff training, and partnership network. Let me walk you through each one. And solution 1, advanced warning system. Instead of surprising guests at midnight check-in, we proactively contact them 24 to 48 hours before arrival when overbooking is likely. We call and say, Mr. Chen, we are forecasting very high occupancy. There's possibility we may need to relocate you to our partner hotel. If you volunteer now, we'll upgrade you to suite and compensate you generously. Why? This work, research by Weiss and colleagues, show advanced warning reduce negative impact by 60%. Guests have time to adjust, plan, and transparency demonstrate good faith. Highness and Egan found they employ ethical discomfort drop significantly when they can give advance notice rather than delivering surprise bad news. Solution 2, tiered compensation based on guest value and inconvenience severity. Not all guests receive identical compensation. A gold loyalty member who stays 38 annually deserves different treatment than an one-time guest. My framework, standard guests get full refund plus alternative hotel plus transportation. Loyalty member get all days plus 50,000 points, free next certificate, guaranteed suite upgrade on their next stay, last night. Arrival get additional cash compensation, $100 or more. Solution 3, transparent criteria for who gets what. This protects the most valuable and vulnerable customer. Never walk, already check-in, VIP loyalty, families with children, anyone with document special need. Low priority to walk, business traveler with time-sensitive commitment, mid-tier loyalty member. High priority to walk-in guests without reservation, third-party discount, booking with flexible travel plans. This is not arbitrary. It's based on financial impact. Loyalty members generate 3 to 5 times for lifetime revenue, and vulnerability business travelers suffer more harm than flexible leisure guests. Staff understand why these decisions are made, which reduce their moral distress. Solution 4, comprehensive staff training. 12 hours of structure curriculum covering empathic communication script, conflict escalation, and compensation negotiation. Staff phrases like, Mr. Sen, I sincerely apologize to an unexpected circumstance. We cannot provide you room tonight. I understand this is extremely frustrating after your long journey. Here's exactly how we're going to make this right. Research by Secchi and colleagues show that proper training reduces overbooking complaints by 45% and increased positive review by 28%. Trained staff move from enforced by off-bad policy to scale problem solver. They have script authority to offer compensation and confidence to handle angry guests professionally. Solution 5, we arrange partnership agreement with 3 to 5 comparable hotels within 10 minutes drive. We negotiate rates 10 to 15% below market guarantee room availability until 10 p.m. and establish a quality standard. Same star rating, comparable amenities, verified clean lines. This eliminates the 45-minute scramble at midnight trying to find any hotel with vacancy. Guests aren't not sent to questionable budget motel. They are sent to verified high-quality property, and it's reciprocal when partner hotels are full. They send overflow guests to us. Everyone benefits. Financially, we save per walk. We save 30 per walk incidents, about 2,880 annually, plus 15 staff hours per month. Now, why do These 5 solutions actually work. They're grounded in psychological theory and empirical evidence. First, the service recovery paradox. This shows that guests experiencing service failure plus exceptional recovery can become more loyal than guests who never had problem. If we walk Mr. Sen, but compensate him with 1,700 in value, suite upgrade, point free neck, he may actually feel more value than if nothing went wrong. Second, fairness theory, which evaluate three-dimension outcomes, process, and treatment. Our solution address all three simultaneously: fair compensation for the inconvenience, fair selection process based on transparent criteria, and respect communication. Implementation is straightforward: 6-month rollout. Month 1, develop policies. Month 2, technology upgrade. Month 3, tough training. This is the critical phase. Month 4, secure partner hotel. Month 5 and 6, pilot test and full launch. Within 6 months, hotels see 40% cost reduction and significantly improve guest recovery. Let me bring this back to our opening scenario. Mr. Sen, Gold Member, International Flight 8EM presentation. Under current practice, he is told sorry, no room, given a taxi voucher to a budget motel. Result, lost customer, 7,200 in future revenue gone forever. Under my framework, he received the presidential suite at 5-star partner hotel, 500 loyalty points, 3 free night certificate, personal call from the general manager tomorrow, and guarantee suite upgrade on his next visit. Total compensation 1,700,000, but he remains a loyal customer for life. That's the service recovery paradox in action. The research showed it worked. Complaint dropped 60%, guest satisfaction increased from 4 to 7 out of 10. Staff morale improved by 30%, and cost decreased by 49%. So here's what we've learned. Hines and Egan research exposed a real ethical crisis in hotel overbooking. Frontline employees feel they are breaking promise. Guests feel deceived, but overbooking itself is not inherently unethical. It shows it how we manage it that determines whether we build or destroy trust. My 5 integrate solutions transform overbooking from a crisis into an opportunity. Hotel that walk this respectfully, compensate them generously based on actual impact, and communicate with transparency. Don't just survive overbooking. They build reputation as human-centered brand worth premium pricing. Thank you for watching.